So 2.5 minutes. We're getting well fed today, clearly. And here I was worried that all this build up over a trailer and something that's gonna be like 2.5 minutes, and yet at the same time, it's it's almost 3 minutes, so it's gonna be worth it. I feel it really is. So this is obviously, in case you didn't read the title of the trailer, reaction to the official trailer for The Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which this is the adaptation of the prequel that came out almost 3 years ago during the summer. Which, I mean, I knew this was coming the moment that book was announced. And I mean, when they announced Francis Lawrence was coming back to direct it and everything, I remember my concern was that I haven't read this book yet, but my concern was that it was going to be they were going to split it up into pieces so that way they could make more than just the one movie. But I think they realized they have to just make the one movie, because otherwise the whole thing's going to be a mess, and there's no guarantee in this case. It's like with the first Hunger Games. They had no guarantee of success, so they felt it was safe. They had to play it safe and just focus on the one movie. Don't sequel hook it too much. Still have the sequel hook there, but don't have it so much that it's the audience that is going to be viewing the movie, that's going to be getting into the movie. If the movie's not a financial success, won't be so disappointed when it doesn't end up being another movie. And I think that worked greatly to that movie's benefit, because it was self-contained. It had a clear beginning, middle, and ends. It opened things up for future installments, and then when the movie was a smash success, the rest of the work was done from there. I'd say, and then after the first Hunger Games, you got the smash hit sequel, Catching Fire, even bigger success, better movie too. I mean, my God, that the critical success too, and not just simply one of the best sequels ever made. It deserves to be considered such. With Mockingjay Parts 1 and 2, would have been cool to see this just as one movie, because I think it was totally doable as one movie. And as two movies, really good. Didn't have to be two movies. And it's too bad they kind of didn't get that concept, Lionsgate, when it came to that. They realized it's too bad they realized too late that this was that it wasn't gonna be successful. The gimmick of splitting the book, in terms of how well it did for Warner Brothers when they did it for Harry Potter, how well it worked for Lionsgate before when they did it for Twilight, how well it worked again for Warner Brothers when they did The Hobbit, not just in two movies rather than one, but in three, which even then it was starting to wear thin by that point. Same with ultimately how things went with it, was even more wearing thin, and it was on its way out by the point that Hunger Games with Mockingjay Parts 1 and 2, and then Divergent killed it, because they didn't. Allegiant Parts 1 and 2, Allegiant and Ascendant, they got to put on Allegiant, they didn't get to make Ascendant. And I mean, we kind of saw how remnants of that survived with Infinity War. Instead of being one movie, it was two, with Infinity War and Endgame, and instead of being one movie, it ended up being two. It worked very well in the success of both Infinity War and Endgame, not so much in the success of It Chapter 2 anyway, compared to It Chapter 1, or It 2017. And then you have, Dune looks like it's found a way to perfect it, because it's this is multiple. We're doing this right away, is basically what Dune is thinking. Multiple books into multiple movies. And it's going to, it's just based on the one part, off Dune Part 1 or Dune 2021, it's going to work wonders. So I looked up the dates for when I did my trailer reactions to both Mockingjay Part 2, for both the teaser and the trailer. And those were June and July of 2015, respectively. Nearly 8 years. That's crazy. So, and to think, I clicked on my trailer reaction, not my teaser reaction. The video instantly started. My teaser reaction, I got an ad. I got an ad on my own video. Believe it or not, that's crazy. This is a pretty long intro, so I'm thinking at this point I'm gonna split this into two separate videos. One, the extended intro. One, the actual trailer reaction. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do that right now. So see you with the actual trailer reaction in a moment.